Good morning, everybody. This is Jeff Perro, the host of the Catch Up with JP podcast, coming to you. Today I'm going to just share something very personal with you people. I had a severe stuttering problem growing up, and now I'm hosting a podcast. I had an accident when I was 4 or 5, 6 years old. My hand got slammed in the door, stitches and stuff were involved. And according to my parents and family, I never stuttered before that. I stuttered after that. Going through elementary school was very tough, very tough. Not even that kids are mean, it wasn't even that, it's just that trying to have a conversation, couldn't do it. Trying to speak in class, elementary school, forget about it. Up through junior high, same thing, speaking in front of class, having a conversation with your fellow students and things like that. Just didn't work very well. When I got to high school, it got a little bit better. Things just kind of gradually get better over time. So through high school, things got a little better, but it was still a little weird. Speaking in class, all this stuff is terrible. So then, get up through college, stuttering problems maybe getting a little bit better. I always tell people that the reason I dropped out of college is that me and my ex moved in together. She had to have a surgery, so I took a time out from school to get a second job, and I just never went back. But the reality is, I had those speaking classes and oral presentations in college. It's terrible. So I used that excuse to take a break from college, and then I never really wanted to go back and speak in group projects and all that stuff more. So I wanted to go back, but at the end of the day, I didn't. Maybe online classes, if that was a thing, would have been perfect for me. But yeah, so that's probably the reason I dropped out of college. And then, try to form a career, even if I had graduated college. You can't be the CEO of Nike if you can't talk. So it limited my career potentials, whatever, it's fine. But then, by age 21 or so, like I said, my stuttering problem was really bad. And over time, from then, it just kind of seemed to get better. Still, as far as on a professional level, having any job that required public speaking wasn't fun. But the worst part, absolute worst part, any job that required me answering a telephone, couldn't do it, man. It's just hello, thank you for calling. This is Jeff. How can I help you? Absolutely terrible. And it might have actually been worse than the example I just exampled. And then over the course of time, it just gradually got better. Like I said, I'm 46 now, and by the time I was 21, it was still pretty bad. And things just gradually got better. Couldn't hold a job answering phones. I took the approach in life that, you become friends with your coworkers and stuff. I worked extremely, really hard. And my hope with that was always that people would like working with me because, Jeff works so hard. And so I could gain friends and have people like me because I worked hard instead of because I was socially good to talk to. And then on a social level, I'm 46 years old now. You figure I've probably had as many conversations as a 30-year-old because those first 2 decades of my life, I just kind of tried to avoid it. So by the time I was 30, you think I probably had as many conversations as your average 12 or 15-year-old. So you can imagine how socially immature I was at that time, being 20 and 30 years old. And still to this day, I guess, whatever. But I'm still, I never minded when my stuttering got better. I never minded the little 1 or 2 minute conversations, but I never really felt comfortable with sitting down with somebody and having a good half-hour talk. And now my stuttering problems kind of fix itself, and I'm hosting a podcast, which is sitting down and talking to somebody for half an hour or an hour or 2 hours. So it's kind of remarkable. Just the fact that, 5 years ago, I guess you could say, there's no way I could have done something like this. And then it just, I said it improved gradually, but the last 3 years has probably been pretty remarkable. And it has nothing to do with me. It's something I've done. I haven't gone to therapy. I haven't read books on it. I haven't watched videos on it. It just kind of happened. So I'm sharing this with you people because not because I'm proud of myself, because I worked so hard to overcome this obstacle. It's not the case. I guess I'm just kind of sharing this because I'm grateful. I'm amazed, but it's not something that I'm proud of overcoming because it just didn't happen that way. Not like I did anything different or anything. So now, like, I want to share this with strangers because I think it's cool. And I guess not because I'm proud of it, but I think it's amazing, interesting, incredible. I want to share this with strangers. I'm really weird about people that I know or have known for a long time or who knew me in my 20s and 30s watching this because the best analogy I can come up with is, you fart really loud in a crowded room. Everybody knows you farted. Nobody talks about it. Eventually people forget that you farted. So with this, like, I just kind of wanted to put it behind me that, yeah, Jeff Farrow, 20 years ago, man, he was a stuttering fool. I just kind of want to pretend it never happened, I guess. It's like a fart in a crowded room. Hopefully nobody ever talks about it again. Kind of pretend it never happened. So I'm just excited to share this with people who don't know me, strangers. But I am not too comfortable with people from back in the day. But that's YouTube. See what happens. And in summary, I had a bad stuttering problem. Elementary school was terrible. Junior high was tough. High school was a little less tough. The reason I dropped out of college, it steered me down certain career paths where I didn't have to answer phones or speak in public. And then, of the past 5 years or so, longer than that even, I had jobs where I did presentations and things, and it was all right, except for when it wasn't. That was terrible. And now I host a podcast and I'm comfortable. I can recall 2 times recording a podcast where I just stuttered. If you watch the Alex Liddy video, I introduce him and I say, "Hello everybody, welcome to the show. Today's guest is Alex Liddy." There's a long, awkward pause there. That was just me doing my best not to stutter and stammer like a fool there. Hello everybody. Our guest on the show today is Mr. Alex Liddy. He is recently retired. We are here to celebrate his long professional baseball career, and there was one other time too I can remember. But yeah, out of 13 podcast episodes I recorded, 2 stutters, I'll take that. It used to be, 20 times an hour when I was younger, and I'm not kidding. Now it's 3 times a day. 1 out of every 6.5 podcasts. I'll take that. I said again, I'm not sharing this because I'm proud of myself for overcoming this thing, and I worked so hard and it just went away. Unfortunate. I would love to give some great advice to people, especially little kids growing up that have stuttering, saying, this is what you do, this is how you fix it, this is how I overcame it. But that's not the case. The best thing I have to offer for advice for people or something would be just be patient. That's all I have for today. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. And I will have more interviews on the way.